everybody, it's ChefD26 and I'm back once again for another movie review. Right now with Irish Booze Hound. And right now we're just coming back from seeing Ready Player One. And we gotta say right now, I'm just gonna give a straight applause to how well Steven Spielberg did this movie. He directed it, he produced it, and a very fantastic job, I must say. So anyway, this is our official review of Ready Player One. We did one when we first saw it last week. Now this is the official review. We're going to tell you what was our star rating and everything. But right now I just want to say this movie is awesome. Straight up fucking awesome.
You know, going into this movie, I probably only seen the trailer one time. There wasn't a lot of push for this movie. There wasn't a lot of like hype put into this movie, which is actually kind of a good thing. You know, you get tired of going to movies and you see trailers over and over and over and over and over. Yeah. And when you get to the movie, it's like, well, you pretty much already know the movie because you've seen the trailer 20,000 times. Yeah. This one, like I said, I've only seen the trailer one time. It wasn't very pushed a lot with other movies that came out previously, but like he said, this movie is really, really awesome. Yeah,
you'll see references from movies to video games, all sorts of things. You'll just recognize it left and right as you're in there. Yeah, I was kind of optimistic about this movie coming in. I didn't know if it was going to be good or bad. We did see it in 3D, regular 3D. But I came out blown away at how well this movie was put together. And I gotta say right now, the pace of this movie was actually done very, very well. The blending of going into the virtual reality world of the Oasis and reality went together very, very well.
I think it could have just been a tad bit longer though. I felt it was a little too short. I felt like the third act was just a little bit rushed. I think it was about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, but I just felt like it could be a little bit longer. Yeah. Now this movie is based off of a book. Forgive me if I don't know the author's name. You haven't read it. But supposedly, from what I heard, was the book is way better than the movie, which is kind of, you know, I've seen some of the crowd reaction and critics, and they're not giving this movie too good of a review because it's nowhere good as the book. Now, for someone who's like me and him, who's never read the book or doesn't read books or doesn't care for books and just wants to go see a good movie, well, then this is your movie because it was really good. Yes. Like I said, I've never read the book. I don't even know, you know, if the book's any good or not. I've never read any of the Harry Potter books, none of those. But I love the Harry Potter franchise, and I really like Ready Player One.
So when it comes to the certain actors in this movie, I really didn't recognize a whole lot of them.
Oh, I did.
I recognized only one, and that of course was Simon Pegg. He is in this movie.
Oh, well, what about T.J. Miller?
T.J. Miller, yes, T.J. Miller is in this movie. I think he's funny as usual. Yeah, he's very funny.
Recognize the voice. I really like Ben Mendelsohn. Yes, however you say his name, the douchebag from Rogue One. He was a douchebag in this movie too.
He does very good at playing those douchebag roles. He does a very good job. He has a very sinister tone and quality.
He was a very, very good villain named Noah.
Nolan
Syndergaard.
Nolan something. Played a corporate big head who was determined to get more money, basically, until we let you know more first.
Now, when I first saw this movie, I was really like, wow, this is amazing. But now after seeing it the second time, I do see a little bit of flaws in the movie. For me, I think that there could have been a couple of changes. I think, and that they only used one city in the entire world and referenced only one city in the entire world, and everything was based in one city in the entire world. I just thought that they could have...
Yeah, they could have expanded
and how everybody was in one city out of coincidence.
And how everybody managed to come together.
Yeah. And then at the beginning of the movie, how one of the characters, not trying to spoil it here, one of the characters dies, and then there's a long gap between his video and them finding clues and whatnot for a certain scene.
We really can't spoil everything just yet because we're just trying to give you the simple review. Then we're going to get the spoilers.
I just think that the movie rushes towards the end of the movie, and I felt like that's why it could have been a little bit longer. Could have been done just a little bit differently in the script, but all in all, I'll say it's 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5?
I give it Blu-ray. 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Okay.
Like I said, when I first saw it, I was blown away. Seeing it the second time, I did notice these little hiccups in it. A lot of Easter eggs.
Huge
lots of
amounts
Easter eggs.
of Easter eggs. And he forgot to turn it off.
That's Alduin for you Skyrim fans. But anyway,
okay.
Like I said, this is pretty much millennial porn. Like every like reference to a video game movie is pretty much here. I just think this is still a fabulous movie, even though it's 4 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah, I thought the pace was good. Special effects are good. Pretty good, decent acting. I believe that was pretty well maintained throughout this whole movie.
Some
the story
characters,
the story
actors and actresses.
Yeah, the story itself was pretty good, and I thought it was good. Simple concept, I thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So right now we're just gonna get. I'm going to give you my final rating and hit off into spoilers because there's so much we want to talk about.
Yes.
So right now, after seeing this a second time, I was blown away the first time, like he said, and the second time you will see those little hiccups in the movie like that. So yes, final review will be 4 DeLoreans out of 5.
Yes, 4 DeLoreans.
Okay, now this is the part we need to talk about because we can't hold ourselves any longer.
No.
The spoiler talk. You have been warned. Right here in the box, Dave. Put it right there. Okay.
Now, being that we see Mechagodzilla in this movie, does that mean that is that what he's going to look like in the King Kong or the Godzilla franchise?
I hope not. I hope not. I mean, everything was mismatched so much together.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're going to do it that way, they're going to put great detail into it. Now, the year it's setting is in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio,
2045. It's like a trailer park, but they're stacked. The trailers are stacked on each other like that.
Yeah, if you've ever been to Columbus, it's a real shithole.
Yeah, pretty much. And this show
not offending you, those who live in Columbus.
Now, the main thing of the story is like, let's say, like in modern day, social media is huge now. Everybody's on their phones. Everybody's trying to get themselves out there. But now over in that timeline,
he says that the collapse was created by the drought of the corn syrup and the bandwidth wars.
Yes.
So we get a little bit of insight of what caused this post-apocalyptic world, but basically everyone goes to the Oasis to escape their real life problems and just live this wild fantasy life of where you can be anything you want. You can be a man, a woman. You could be your favorite character like Duke Nukem.
Anybody you want to be.
Freddy, Zorro, Spawn.
Batman, Ninja Turtles.
Selena Kyle.
Iron Giant. Freaking...
yeah,
anything you want to be, pretty much. That's the new now of that time era right now. Everybody's on it. You can make your fortune there, and you can lose your fortune. You can get married or
basically, like he was saying, if you get killed, you lose all your money, all your armor, your weapons, everything. You go back to zero. You have to start all over again.
Yes.
So the movie does explain that very well at the very beginning. It gives you like that build up. A lot of Easter eggs, like I was saying before. I mean, you'll see every like reference. We had after seeing it a second time. Yeah, we know it's Duke Nukem. We know it's Freddy. We know it's Jason, Chucky. Michael Myers didn't make an appearance though, unfortunately.
Michael Myers did not make an appearance.
Halloween.
Yes. Okay, I was thinking like what?
No Marvel, no Disney characters.
I didn't see that. Yeah, we saw DC though.
Yes, we did see DC
characters,
but no Marvel. King Kong made it. No, not King. Yeah,
King Kong and the T-Rex from Spielberg, I believe, was in there too.
His Dr. Jones did not make an appearance. His Jaws did not make an appearance. E.T. didn't make an appearance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but
a lot of his other movies did make some appearances or references in this.
Yeah. Right now, but the main story, what happened was the creator of the Oasis, Holiday, he passed away. So right now he created 3 keys that were hidden throughout the Oasis, and it's more like puzzles and riddles and that you have to guess. And if you find all three and get that giant Easter egg, you pretty much own the Oasis. You're pretty much a trillionaire.
Yeah, he says you'll be worth $500 billion.
$500 billion, which is still a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
So right now, everybody in Oasis has been trying, but after he died 5 years later, still nobody has even completed the first challenge. And that was a race.
Then there's an evil corporation, IOA, or ran by Nolan. Basically, their mindset is they want to get the 3 keys. They want to get full control of their Oasis, so they can make their own changes and pretty much cause
they want to own everything
with money,
take control of it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of references to Excalibur also in this one.
Excalibur.
Yeah, remember? Okay, check this out. My mom told me this in the truck on the way here. That that spell that you were saying to have that one orb that created a shield. That spell is what they used in the movie Excalibur, one back in the day. It's the one where Merlin said to the Guinevere, which created her to be old and everything. I think my mom told me that. That spell is from Excalibur.
Didn't know that.
Neither did I.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, basically it's a level 99 orb that can only be activated by a magic spell or deactivated by a magic spell, but it creates an impenetrable shield.
Yes. Now they show the very first race. It's very huge, chaotic, and cars crashing into each other. They'll show traps. They show T-Rex, King Kong, just coming smashing. Very funny scene. Very cool, action-packed scene. Mm-hmm. Now it seems like everybody's trying to get to the finish line, but there's one thing that's stopping them: King Kong. And everybody's thinking like maybe you can't beat King Kong. Maybe there's a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So Percival, he's just looking through the library or something, like going through all the references and everything of what Holiday has recorded throughout his life.
I think it was the Holo Records.
The Holo Records.
Yeah, something like that. So, where basically, if you want to know anything about anybody, that's where you want to go. And
everybody's been looking up. Well, he's doing the most studying on him. And he did find a clue on how to beat that race. All you have to do is just drive backwards.
Holloway wanted to break the rules.
He didn't like rules.
Yeah, he hated the rules. So that's what they figured out, that, break the rules. So instead of going forward, he decided to go backwards as fast as you can. And pretty much he was able to get the first key. And when he gets to the Hall of Records, though, he's introduced to a very, very important character, which is the curator, who comes in handy later in the film.
Yes. But also during this race he meets a girl named Artemis. Mm-hmm. And they both, they kind of team up. Not the first time, but at the second time, that's when they started helping each other. Mm-hmm. So there's a total of 5 people. They call themselves the High Five.
The High Five Clan.
Yes. So Percival, Artemis, H, the two Asian, one the samurai and the one that looked like a lizard with the eyes.
Basically, looks like the young one looks like Scorpio.
Pretty much.
Or Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. But once the Percival gets the key after defeating the race, he is given a clue to the next key number 2, the Jade Key. So he also unveils, to his friends how he got it, and so they ended up getting it too. And then that's when they start working together to, deduce on how to get the second key. But also, IOA is hot on their trail, well, he got the key now, so now we got to get the other 2 keys so we can have world domination.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then that's when the movie kind of really turns and really shifts gears into it's
the second act is pretty much like the
basically this one was a little bit tricky for them, but it was actually in the movie The Shining. I
thought that was Shining scene was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was funny as the characters also say that I've never seen this movie.
Yeah, H was like, I've never seen a movie. I don't like horror movies. You see the 2 little girls. You see the elevator open up and all the blood come out. You see the lady in the pool. You see the snow scene with they don't show Jack Nicholson in there at all. They don't.
No Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, they don't do that. They didn't make the appearances, but they just put the part that was scary into it.
But you see the axe chopping the door and all that.
Yeah, I mean.
But turns out that they find the second key in the ballroom of The Shining during a dance with the zombies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here's the other thing too. Now, when she gets to the second key and she gets the clue, my question is how did IOA find the third key so quickly? The movie doesn't really explain a whole lot. It just says that they figured out, their little nerd team figured it out. It's in Section 14 in the fortress on Planet Doom.
Yeah. Well, they didn't figure that. They didn't explain a whole lot to that.
They didn't even show like how them getting the key or anything. It just, you know, they're trying to figure out, you know, how to get to the third key or where it's even at.
Yeah.
And then IOA already finds it like that.
Yeah, that was just a little hiccup in the thing.
But that's when Nolan activates the orb, protects his fortress, so they can try to play 2,600 Atari games to try to figure out...
Atari 2600, all the games that were possible on there. They were doing... Couldn't really name them, actually, but every time they tried to play the game, they pretty much fail, and the character would just pretty much die. Percival had to try to gain support. He needed a group from everybody from the entire Oasis, which I thought was a really cool scene.
Yeah.
He asked for help, and they answered. There's a huge group of basically a whole army of virtual characters that you will recognize right away. You'll see everything from Spawn to Batman to Joker.
It was a scene taken out of The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, where you just see this one Peter Jackson rush to the center of the camera kind of scene. Well, this one, whereas you see Parzival and a whole mob of people just come running towards him, and it's like every single like character you could ever think of in your entire life.
It was
there was 5 Master Chiefs from Halo. 5.
But I was just in awe in that last battle scene, and yeah, it was chaotic and everything. But I was just spotting out hidden characters left and right.
They had that one chick from Overwatch too.
Yeah, with the goggle glass. You'll see so much in here.
And then that's when you saw Spawn.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
One thing I noticed, dude, they used the Holy Hand Grenade. And where that scene is from is Monty Python's in the Holy Grail. Yep. They used that same Holy Hand Grenade to kill that really super evil killer rabbit that literally like wipes a whole half, it kills half his men. And I was like, hey, that's where that's from. That was pretty cool.
And then early in the movie, during the dance scene, he uses a Rubik's Cube to turn back time.
Yeah, because in Oasis, you could pretty much buy stuff in there or buy stuff in the real world, which I thought was pretty neat when he bought that suit.
Yeah.
It's almost, he does a whole bodysuit basically, makes you feel like all the kicks and punches, and you feel the bullets and everything like that. I thought that was very interesting like that, man. It just shows you how like hugely they're really independent, not independent, but dependent on the Oasis for their regular daily lives.
Yeah, exactly. They it's just like his aunt's boyfriend. He spends all their money, everything on upgrades, and try to make his experience better for them, but ends up dying and loses everything.
How did he get this suit anyway? Like,
seriously, did you notice that?
Yeah,
he had this suit.
I mean, did he know where he was?
Thanks for the X1 suit. It feels nice. Don't ever call here again.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he was a dick, and they don't explain too much about that family. And then
that's what I was asking you after the first time we saw it. How did he get that suit?
Yeah, like it was just something like, okay, they're not going to explain it. So.
Yeah,
but at the end, they were able to get the shield down. And they were all trying to make their way towards the fortress. To play the Atari 2600. The final battle was pretty badass because they showed Mecha Godzilla, they showed a Gundam, they showed them fighting together, they showed the Iron Giant, they showed Chucky. It was awesome, and it was a good fight scene. But right when he gets there, he shows that it's not about trying to beat the game; it's about like having fun.
It's about playing the game, and in order to play the game, you just gotta have fun and. Basically, Adventure, is pretty much the first game with an Easter egg, and that's what the third key is you play Adventure, you wander around, look for the invisible dot, you take it back to the main menu, and it unveils the creator of the game's name, which is basically the message there for the third key was,
yeah, that's all.
Have fun.
Yeah, just have fun.
And then, Nolan, out of anger and desperation, and because he's a douchebag, releases a powerful orb which kills every single
catalyst.
Yeah, kills every single person on the entire field, if you will.
Pretty much.
And they lose everything: their money, their treasures, all of it.
He pulled a dick move, basically.
But Parzival, because he received a special coin from the curator earlier in the movie, he gets an extra life. And so he was able to finish the game. It was broadcast all over the world for everyone to watch. He unlocks the third key, which in turns unlocks the room with the orb. And
it's very interesting.
He meets the Holloway, and basically he has one final test that Holloway gives him with the contract. And I thought that room should have been like Raiders of the Lost Ark, like the treasure room, you know, or something like that, you know.
But they did it. It was just a big room full of gold, and
yeah.
So he said sign it, but he decided not to sign. No, this is a test. This is the biggest mistake that Holiday did, and that's why he half his money, lost everything. Well, not lose everything. He just it was a mistake that he did. I wish that never happened.
Yeah.
So he decides not to do it, and then they appear back in his old school house.
That's when he transforms the room into his house that he lived in when he was a kid back in the, I guess, the 80s, and a lot of like different knickknacks and references in the room too. There was a poster of Giles.
Yeah, there's so much.
And then they start talking, and that's when he gives him the Easter egg.
Well, basically to get control of the Oasis. That's the thing I can think of right there.
And then that's when Nolan pretty much gets arrested for murder.
Much, like he had the gun on him, then you can see in the visors that he already got the eggs. So he's like, "Fuck!" You know, it's like it's already too late. Cops come and arrest him because his they broadcasted his confession live.
Yeah.
H did that. So
yeah, because she said that she records everything in her room.
So yeah, so basically after that they got control. They changed a few rules, and
no, there is no secret ending.
No secret ending.
Music was good, I thought.
They had some good music in there. They had some Van Halen, Twisted Sister, Joan Jett,
Hall and Oates.
The Bee Gees. Bee Gees were in here. So many 80s references, so many 70s. Everything that you could possibly recognize. We and him saw this twice, and me and him were starting to recognize more things that we didn't recognize the first time. So right now, yes, guys, everything that Spielberg put in this movie, that directed, produced, he did a good job, guys. This has been a long time since Spielberg did actually anything fantastic in this rate.
Yeah.
So right now, yes, 4 out of 5 is a decent rating for this movie. Will there be a sequel? We never know. But like you said, you know, some movies are best left off with just one movie on its own.
Die Hard shouldn't have had no sequels.
Yeah, big time. Man, the other ones. Well, after the second one.
Interesting fun fact. Here's a little Easter egg for you. Die Hard 3 with a Vengeance was actually supposed to be Lethal Weapon 4. But because the director didn't like the script and there was a lot of confrontation between the actors, the script was thrown in the trash can, which was picked up by the producers of Die Hard with a Vengeance, which will explain Samuel L. Jackson's character. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that, but yeah,
knowledge is power.
Die Hard with Vengeance was actually supposed to be Lethal Weapon 4.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add to this movie? Or
nope, I'm going to bed.
Well, guys, this is ChefD26. This is Irish Booze Hound. Want to haul ass out of here right away? So we'll see you again next time on ChefD26 movie / spoiler reviews.